this is Marie Manucherry. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for subscribing and liking. And I'm going to talk some more today about your third eye and your intuitive muscle, because I think intuition is such a natural part of everyone's life. And at the very least, it's meant for you to use for your own personal movement forward to create something that just makes you smile and makes you happy and fills your life with unlimited joy. Okay, so for those of you who've watched some of my videos, you might be familiar with this lovely chart. This is a picture of the third eye. It's the sixth chakra. The F is for the front part, B is for the back part. Chakras, the primary chakras are numbered 1 through 7. They start in the pelvic floor at number 1 and they move at the top to number 7. So the nice little cone with arrows that I drew at the top is the 7th chakra. And you want that chakra to be very open and patent so that you can take in the love from the divine into your intuition. And literally, this chakra, as energy moves down from the heavens into the crown chakra, it dumps energy into your brain that then does interface with the third eye. So that's very important to have that loving, unconditional, high vibrational energy from the heavens in your intuitive experience. It's very important. One of the things that I think will be important for you to understand is the back of the third eye, because what's really not healthy for individuals is to be self-critical. In fact, when you're self-critical, that's the complete opposite of intuition. And when I see elongated third eye, this one looks a little longer for me, but sometimes I'll see the back of the third eye extend out of the back of someone's head and move like 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet, which is an indicator that they're highly self-critical. And I know in our culture, we think that self-criticism actually makes us to be better people and more responsible, but I don't believe that's true. I really don't. I believe that we should be self-loving and kind, and we need to catch ourselves. And if you listen to my what if question video that's also on this channel, perhaps you could make a positive what if question about being kind to yourself. What if I'm kind to myself? What if I start to think positive and loving things about me every single day? That will definitely help your intuition, because you want the back of the sixth chakra or the third eye to be flush with the occiput. But even if it's just a few inches off your head, that's okay. But we don't want it 3 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet, or longer, because what happens is in the cone, when it's elongated like that, it will actually have hundreds and hundreds of smaller cones inside. And these smaller cones will act as filters. So self-criticism actually dilutes your intuition. So it'll fill up in the back of the cone, this self-criticism, with tons of other little cones. And as psychic phenomena enters from the fourth layer of the auric field and enters into the back of your sixth chakra, all that information, that psychic information, will have to move through all those tiny cones that are there from self-criticism, and it will filter, dilute, and really distort your intuition. And we don't want that. We want your intuition to be powerful. We want it to be accurate. We want it to be helpful. If you ever listen to my radio show, which you can always find information about that below on this page, on this YouTube channel, one of the things I ask people who call in after I've already given advice for them on a previous call, months earlier or a year earlier, I always ask them if the advice I gave them worked, because I personally want intuition to be as accurate as possible. And I love hearing their answers. I find it fascinating. So you have to be kind to yourself. You can't be self-critical, because it's going to dilute the information that's coming into the back of your third eye, that's moving into the front of the third eye, where it's translated. So psychic information moves in through the back of the head, goes across the brain, and on this really pretty purple laser beam goes into the front of the third eye, where it's translated, meaning non-physical information is translated into physical information that makes sense to us, which makes it very important, because it needs to make sense for us. We live in a physical reality. We don't live in the non-physical reality, but we can connect to it, learn from it, and prosper from its information. So that's one part of the workings of using your intuition in a healthy and beautiful way. The other part is you have to get out of your head. The ego lives in the brain, and so it's still a very strong and prominent aspect of the human reality. However, the ego is drenched in fear, and the universe and your intuition will never communicate to you through fear, ever. At least that's been my personal experience. And, I kind of feel uncomfortable using the word ever or never because, that can't possibly be true. But most human beings think that when they're receiving intuitive information, that it's fearful information that they're hearing, or it's that fearful gut experience. But that's not how intuition communicates. The universe, the divine, creation, source, God, whatever words you want to use, which is where the extended part of your energy and your consciousness comes from, doesn't communicate through fear or anxiety. Words like war and famine don't even exist in the heavens or the non-physical aspect. They understand our human condition and the things that we go through, but they don't communicate through that place because that's not their experience. And they know from your higher consciousness, it's not your full experience either. So when you hear fearful things, when you feel fearful things, that is not your intuition. So getting out of your head is so important. The brain will work 10 times better if you leave it alone. It's a fabulous organism. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that most humans use it incorrectly. Try to hang out in your second chakra. So the second chakra is orange, and I've made a little board. Get out of your head, go to your second chakra. It's around the belly button area. Finding a good place for this board. It's right around the belly button area. So some people call it the sacrum chakra. It affects the lower back, reproductive organs, kidneys, adrenal glands, the bladder, and the appendix. It's the chakra of joy. That's its emotion. But if you can start to feel the rest of your body, which is really important anyway, just to feel your body, it's so important, by resting in your second chakra or anywhere from the hips on down, just start hanging out there for moments at a time. That'll turn on your intuitive eye. That'll help you to stop listening to the fearful mind that's not giving you any healthy advice. I don't think anyone should listen to their brain unless they're authentically present, and everybody needs to practice being in the present moment. That'll be another video, how to be present. So I hope this was helpful for you. Hang out in your second chakra and start asking curious, positive what if questions, fall in love with yourself, and have moments of joy, which is what the present moment is always like anyway. Have a great day. Bye-bye for now.